Hi guys, I'm Girl Gone Bookish. I am usually Monday here on Bookish Friends, but this week I am Thursday. I asked Jenna to switch with me because I had a lot of stuff going on. I haven't even been making videos on my personal channel for like 2 weeks now, 3 weeks something. I haven't been reading, haven't been on Goodreads. I've just been totally slacking everywhere. So anyway, this week's topic was big books, and Janet chose it this week. So my thoughts on big books are I love big books, the bigger the better. I read the whole Game of Thrones series, except for the last book. I still need to read that. But a lot of people were really intimidated by that and still talk about how intimidated they are by the size of that series and the books. But those kind of stories, I just love it. I can't get enough. Sometimes I don't want the book to end. So I'm really glad that I didn't start reading the series until there were almost 5 books out. But I just really love large books. However, if it's a book that I'm not really into, then that's an issue because you have to keep reading and I can't stop in the middle. A book has to be really bad before I will like abandon the book. Like I have to really not like it. So yeah, if it's a book I enjoy, I want it to be at least 400 pages or more. I do well with the 400 page range. If you follow me on Goodreads, you know that I did the Big Book Challenge this year, which is a big book on there is classified as having 400 pages or more, and I decided to read 20 big books. And I'm on my Goodreads right now. Let's see where I am. So I set my goal for 20 books, and I have read 12 of those books so far this year, which means I've read 12 books that are over 400 pages. Last month was a really good reading month for me, and I did the majority of my big book reading. I think every book that I read last month was a large book. So I'm 7 books ahead of my goal. And you know, a lot of people talk about how intimidated they are by the size of a large book, and that's a lot of the reason that people don't start reading larger books. My advice to you is not to be intimidated by it. If you need to, break it up into 2 different sections, either 300 and 300 or 200 and 200, whatever a good number for you to read to. Like if after 200 pages you kind of get bored, then do it in 200 page segments and maybe read another book in between. Keep notes on the first half if you think that's going to be an issue. But that's what I do. Like Game of Thrones, one of the books I got kind of bored with it, and it was a really long book, like 900 pages or 1,000 or something. So I just kind of broke it up into different segments and kind of read a few different books in between, and then I went back to it. So I didn't abandon, I just took little breaks, because sometimes reading a really large book can be sort of overwhelming. You get kind of tired of the story or whatever. Some of the big books that I plan on reading soon is, I just bought this a couple of weeks ago. Let me straighten it up, is Under the Dome by Stephen King. They're actually making this into a TV show, and I wanted to get it read or at least started before they did that. I'm not going to be able to do that. But this is a huge book. I think there's like 1,400 pages or something. There's 1,074 pages in this book. It's huge. It weighs a ton. It's going to be hard to carry around and read. Someone suggested buying it on my Nook. It is like $2.99 or something. It's easier than carrying this around. But it's a gorgeous book, and I can't wait to see it, what it's about, and get really into it. The second book that I want to show you, ooh, I almost dropped this one, is Les Mis. I bought it. This is it's unabridged, but the font in it is super tiny, so it has like 908 pages. And it typically has over 1,400 pages, I heard. So the font is super tiny because this is unabridged. So I might go blind before I get this finished. But this was the 2013 reading goal of mine. So I need to get on this. This is going to take a while to read. So that is one of the books that I plan on kind of breaking up into smaller segments. I hear it's amazing, so it's definitely one I want to read, and I'm not going to let the size of the book intimidate me and keep me from reading it. So that's just my thought and opinions about large books. Don't be scared of them, just really get into them. If it's a book that you can't get into, then of course, you know, it's really going to suck if it's a 600 page book or something. But yeah, what else have I read that's considered a large book? The Harry Potter books, a lot of those, I think like most of that series is considered a large book. And you know, I read those. I mean, look at how fast you read the Harry Potter books. You probably read them in like a day or 2. Okay, I really can't find any other large books that I want to talk about. So, oh, The Diviners. The Diviners was considered a large book, and that was a great book. I'm glad I read it. I'm glad I didn't let the size stop me. Just don't let the size of a book stop you, because you're going to miss out on a lot of really great books. A lot of classic books are really long, but if it's something you enjoy, then you'll fly through those pages. So, and like I said, just break it up into smaller little increments if that's what you need to do. So anyway, that was my video for this week. Feels good to make a video. I feel like I'm very unconnected with everyone for some reason. I haven't watched YouTube videos in 3 weeks, so I need to do that. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a great week. Tomorrow's Friday, and I hope you have a great weekend. I'll see you later. Bye.